Hey everyone, Dr. Zio here again, and today we have another special unboxing. I know, what a shock, right? This time we're unboxing the recent Kamen Rider Kuuga Blu-ray release from ShoutFactory. Now, Kamen Rider Kuuga is the 10th Kamen Rider series in the series overall, and the first Kamen Rider series since Black RX ended back in 1989. It's also the first rider of the Heisei series, first Kamen Rider series on TV since Black RX ended in 1989, and it marks the return of Kamen Rider and the first Kamen Rider TV series in the Heisei period. Since then, it's been running strong. We haven't had any breaks. We've had tons of Kamen Rider spin-offs, things like that, you know, the drill. But yeah, this was Shout Factory's second subtitle release here domestically, just after the Kamen Rider of the original series. So having this one on Blu-ray is really nice. Just came out about a week ago, 2 weeks ago at this point. So glad to have this one on hand. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the specs here first. And before we jump into the actual unboxing itself, as always, we'll go ahead and just give you a brief look at the cast. So first up we have Joe Odagiri, who plays the titular character Kamen Rider Kuuga himself, or Yusuke Godai as he's known outside of his Kamen Rider form. We have Shingo Katsurayama, who plays Kaoru Ichijo, a detective in the show. He was also Keisuke Okuni in Ju-On the Grudge 2. We have Kazumi Murata, who plays Sakurako Sawatari, one of Yusuke's friends and a close confidant who helps solve the mystery of Kuuga and translate the Grongi's text in the show. We have Kaori Mizushima, who plays Hikari Enokita, who is a scientist in the show. She also played Reika Saeki in Ultraman Dyna. We have Serge, or Sergei, I'm not too sure the pronunciation there, Vasilov, who plays Jean-Michael Sorel. I think this is his only acting credit. I couldn't find anything else in the on his IMDb or anything like that. And then finally we have Takashi Matsuyama, who plays Morimichi Sugita. He's also a detective in the show, one of Ichijo's partners, so to speak. He played Togo in Ultra 7 and Takeo Saeki in Ju-On the Grudge, so you might recognize him from one of those two things. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So here we have the Kamen Rider Kuuga, the complete series. Now, this did air from 2000 to 2001. It is the only Heisei Rider to not have a movie attached to it. Additionally, this does have all 49 episodes. It is missing episode 50, which is basically a TV special, sometimes dubbed episode 50. It's basically a joke episode. It's not necessarily necessary to the whole viewing experience, but just so you know, it is missing that particular episode. And we have a 7-disc Blu-ray set here, Kamen Rider Kuuga, the logo, the complete series, and then some Shout Factory stuff there. If we flip it over, we can see a new hero, a new legend. Kamen Rider Kuuga is the first installment in the franchise television run in the Heisei era. When a group of archaeologists uncovered a tomb of a legendary warrior, they unearthed Kuuga's belt, accidentally releasing an ancient race of monsters called the Grongi, bent on destroying humanity. Enter Yusuke Godai, a guy next door type who learns he is telepathically linked to the mysterious stone belt. With its power, he transformed into a legendary warrior known as Kuuga, humanity's only defense against the murderous Grongi monsters. So here we can see Kuuga giving that thumbs up, and we can see him riding his bike, getting ready for a rider kick, and fighting some Grongi monsters there. We see it includes all 49 episodes plus subtitles with and without Grongi. So to explain that, the Grongi speak a different language, and when the series was originally broadcast on TV in Japan, that language was not translated. There were no subtitles for that. Obviously, yeah, you were basically meant to be in the dark on what they were saying and what they were planning, and it's an interesting way to take the series as well. Eventually, when this got like his DVD release, it did include translations for the Grongi. I'm not sure people back then translated it on their own before that happened. They probably did, knowing the internet. But it's nice to see that this includes with and without, so you can do the original viewing experience. When this aired on Shout Factory back in May 20, I think it was May 2020. I know it was 2020, but yeah, when this aired back on Tubi, Pluto TV, and ShoutFactory TV way back in 2020. It did air with the Grongi sub, so if you were watching it back then, like myself, for the first time, you did understand what the Grongi were saying and what exactly their plans were. So I'm kind of excited. It's been a while since I've watched this, so I don't exactly remember the entire plot. Yeah, I'm excited to rewatch this without the Grongi subtitles. So we can see here it says aspect ratio 7:81:1, region A, or English subtitles, total runtime about 18.25 hours. One thing I do want to note here is that I know after the 5-man DVD release, people are wondering, well, okay, what does ShoutFactory's future titles look like in terms of closed caption versus just standard subtitles? And this one does include just standard subtitles, except for when you have the Grongi subtitles turned on. When you have the Grongi subtitles turned on, instead of having the Grongi text in a different color, it just says above the text in Grongi in parentheses, which is unlike how it was done when it aired on streaming services. So the streaming service version is a little bit different in that there's like a white border or some type of border on the Grongi text itself. So you immediately understand visually that this is the Grongi speaking, and they're speaking in a different language than the regular humans speaking Japanese. There's a little bit of that distinction. Additionally, the subtitles on this version are higher than the subtitles on the streaming version, which can get kind of annoying, and it's a little bit like it doesn't take a lot to get adjusted to, but something worth noting. Another thing I want to note is that the chapter divides in this are different from the Japanese Blu-ray. So the Japanese Blu-ray, the way the chapters are divided is that the opening theme, the ending theme, and the next episode preview each have their own individual chapter. So you can skip between them, easily skip the opening, ending, or the next episode preview if you want to. Whereas ShoutFactory's release does not include separate chapters for those individual moments. It just has the everything before the end of the opening theme, the middle of the episode, and then after the episode's over. So just 4 chapters total. It's a little bit of a difference, and I can see that being somewhat annoying to people. Like, there's a reason why streaming services give you the ability to easily skip the opening theme nowadays. So if you're that kind of person, look out for that. That's really it. I mean, Kamen Rider, what is it? Not the Kuuga Blu-ray, but the recent 01 Blu-ray did not include a separate chapter for the opening theme or even the next episode preview. However, it did have a separate chapter for the end, like after the episode was over. But beyond that, well, I guess this one does too, so it's not really that different. But yeah, it didn't have separate chapters for the opening theme or the next episode preview. Their recent release of 5-Man, however, does have a separate chapter for the ending theme and the next episode preview. So there's a bit of distinction there between their releases. I didn't check the rest of my Sentai releases to see if they did that before, but just something worth noting there. Let's go ahead, jump right back into the unboxing. Now we've got all that settled out. Open up the box. And as always, here we have on the left-hand side, ShoutFactory telling you the number of discs and what episodes are on each disc. So we can see it, disc 1. Each of them are about 7 episodes exactly. And then here we have the disc art. And it's the same disc art across all 7 discs, so you're not really missing much, going from disc 1 to 7. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If we pop this out, we can see Kuuga there, just staring at you intensely. But yeah, overall it's a very good release. We'll just put this off to the side. Well, not yet at least. Overall it's a very good release, just small nitpicks here and there that I've mentioned before. But those nitpicks aren't anything too serious. I would still recommend picking up this release if you don't want to go for the Japanese Blu-ray, because again, that's not English subtitled. This is, plus it's significantly cheaper. But one more thing I want to pull out is the poster you got if you order it off ShoutFactory's website. So we'll zoom out here and we'll show off the poster here in just a second. And here we go. Here we have the poster. So yeah, it's actually a really, really nice poster. And I'm holding it down with my Blu-ray releases of Kuuga, so that seems very apt. But yeah, that's all I have for this one, fam. I'll see y'all in the next one. As always, get your Omicron booster. They're available everywhere. Still mask up. COVID's no joke. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about the Blu-ray release or just Kuuga in general. Let me know what your first Kamen Rider series was. I do want to know that. But yeah, please subscribe, comment, and like the video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao!